Hello guys, welcome to this video. Welcome if you're new. My name is Moyo and I make videos about food, about faith and about lifestyle. You're so welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be talking about my internship at Rosewood Hotel in Abu Dhabi. I just want to give like an overview of what it was like, for the past 6 months. I just finished. I'm still here. I'm just preparing to leave. So the first thing is how did I get this internship? Why Abu Dhabi? I go to Culinary Arts Academy of Switzerland. Why Abu Dhabi? Why Rosewood? Why so many issues? So the first thing, I know that some people are like wanting to hear this, like, oh, I've always wanted to come and live in Abu Dhabi. I've always wondered what it's like to live in an Arabic country. No. Basically, we have this forum in our school called the International Recruitment Forum, the IRF. When I was there, I was still in term 1. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I was just walking through the stalls. I saw Rosewood. I was like, oh, why not? And then I did an interview, and she asked me, what stands out about Rosewood for you? In my head, I was like, I just found out about Rosewood right now. I have no idea what Rosewood is. And I was like, the quality, just the quality of the things that they offer, the quality of rubbish. Anyways, I remember asking her, what does she like the most about Rosewood? What stands out about Rosewood for her? And she said to me, it's the family atmosphere. It's the sense of place. It's the way every associate is treated like a part of an extended family. And I was like, okay, whatever, like, okay. Anyways, they sent me a letter to be like, oh yeah, we would like you to come and be an intern here. I was like, why not? My mom was like, oh yeah, why not? Like, it's an opportunity, go for it. I mean, many of my friends and my colleagues were like, why would you want to go to Abu Dhabi? Why don't you stay in Europe? Why don't you stay in Switzerland? Because my first internship is actually supposed to be in Switzerland. But I was like, it's an opportunity, like, why not? Anyways, I signed the contract, and about 7 months later, I came to Abu Dhabi, July 2018. Culture shock, some of the things that I experienced, the heat. Like, okay, I live in Nigeria, like, it's not cold, but in Norwich like this, like, it's not this hot. Let me tell you, when I walked out of the airport, I was like, I'm not sure I'm in the right place. We landed at like 10 p.m. and it was 45 degrees outside. Chai. Imagine how it was during the day, during the heat of the day. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But we survived. I mean, apart from that, you get used to it, you stay indoors. One day that Abu Dhabi sun suffered me, when I was trying to find somewhere, Jesus, I sweated. Like, I've never sweated in my life before. Anyways, internship-wise, Rosewood is actually a really, really nice company. From the discovery, we had like 3 days discovery, and during that time, it was really cute. Like, they really take time to introduce you to who they are and what the company is about, and everyone enjoys discovery essentially. And I remembered what my interviewer had said to me at that point in time, which is that Rosewood, the best thing about Rosewood for her is the family atmosphere, and is the fact that, every associate, every staff, so they don't even call their staff members staff, they call them associates and internal guests. And every associate, every internal guest is treated like a part of an extended family. And that is, true to an extent. I don't think I've seen it anywhere else just the way it is in Rosewood. From the cooking point of view, so I started off in Aqua, which is the international buffet, and I went through all the outlets: Cold Kitchen Pastry, Banquets, Daipadong, the Chinese restaurant, and Sambosek, which is the Lebanese Arabic cuisine restaurant. I have to say that it was really an emergent process for me. I mean, I spent 9 months in culinary school before I came to Abu Dhabi, and although I've been working in kitchens, it's just a completely different concept. In school, I mean, we are preparing food for actual people, but they are students and teachers, and they know that they're eating our food. Like, it's not like we have the expectation of guests, of customers who expect our food to be of a particular standard, who expect consistency. You know what I mean? Our hygiene standards, I mean, they were okay, and our teachers pushed us to do most of it. But when you're actually working and you have to worry about hygiene, we had like a hygiene regulator who we were all like crazy scared of, because she comes with fire. Well, so I had to learn how to do all that. So the one thing I will never forget is that my first day working in Aqua, when I was in Aqua, I was on morning shift, 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. And I got there and I was like, oh, how can I help? Just trying to help and stuff. And Chef Furman, he's amazing. He was like, do you know how to poach eggs? I was like, yeah. You know, culinary school, like they give you one pot, you crack an egg in, you try and swirl it, make it perfect and everything. And he always looks so scary. So I was like, yes, I've poached eggs before. And he was like, okay, take a pot, boil some water, you know, poach, pour vinegar, poach an egg, let me see. And you know, I did that thing of cracking this one egg carefully into the water, and he was like, nonsense. No, he was like, nonsense, move. And then he was like, rubbish, move. And he just like cracked like 10 eggs into the water. And I was like, so I learned how to crack eggs en masse. I mean, I said crack, poach. My poaching eggs is still not that amazing, but I'm more confident in my poaching of eggs. So generally things like that, the immersion of just being like, I remember when I got there, I didn't even know like what the different pastas were. And for some reason, like one of my colleagues, Diva, he was like, do you know how to make an arrabbiata? And I was like, yes. I learned in Rosewood, one of the most amazing things I learned was that you have to be honest. If you know, say you know. If you don't know, say you don't know. If you're in doubt, say you don't know. They will show you and then you can do it. That you can show whatever skills you have. It's better for you to say you don't know and they will show you so that you are sure than for you to go and mess up. Me, I now put the penny pasta in the pan. I don't know what I was waiting for then. Chef Rukwan was like, okay, what are you doing? I was like, I'm making a arrabbiata. Then he was like, oh yeah, now put the sauce. Why do you put the pasta first? I was like, okay, let me get the cream sauce. If you don't know, arrabbiata is made with tomato sauce, garlic, chili flakes, oregano. No cream. Anyways, I learned a lot of things like that. So that was my number one lesson. If you know, say that you know. If you don't know, say that you don't know. If you're unsure, if there's any doubt, just say that you don't know and they will show you how to do it. You know, don't try and, you know, this is actually for guests, it's important. Don't try and wiggle your way out of it and be like, oh, I know, when you actually do not know. It's unsafe. Second thing I learned is how to cope with people who speak a variety of languages. Majority of our chefs were Indian, Sri Lankan. Then in the Chinese restaurant, obviously there were many Chinese chefs, Nepalese. So a lot of them spoke Hindi, and a lot of them had like accents that made it very difficult for me to completely understand their English. And in some circumstances, they also did not understand my English. And it could be very frustrating because you're taking orders from these people and you keep saying, sorry, what did you say? I did not hear you. What? And they get frustrated and they just want to be like, oh, don't worry. And I'm like, no, you will stop and you will explain to me exactly what it is you want to tell me so that I can understand and move forward. You get what I mean? It can be so frustrating. And at a point, I'll just be like, okay. And I didn't actually hear what they said, and that is dangerous. That's the second thing I learned. You know, you have to calm down, you have to slow yourself down, and you also have to be intentional about listening to them. And you also have to use your intuition. If you did not hear, just say you did not hear, don't go and guess. But then if you have an idea of what it could be, just try and help, like point that thing, like, do you mean this, do you mean that, just so that you guys can meet in the middle. The third thing I learned is how to be the new person. As I said, I spent my first 2 months in Aqua. After that, I was spending like three weeks in the different places I went to. I was a new person over and over and over again. I had to reintroduce myself, learn other people's names. I had to learn new kitchen arrangements, where the equipment was stored, learn new styles. And inside this point is another thing of the fact that being a new person and also working with many different types of people and different types of chefs. In one kitchen, you can have 2 chefs who do exactly the same thing in 2 very different ways. And I learned early on how to manage this. If you, Chef A, tells me to do something like this and then I do it in front of Chef B, and Chef B is like, oh, don't do it this way, do it that way. I'm not going to be like, oh, but Chef A said I should do it that way. Like, that's just a waste of time. Just do it the way that Chef A wants you to do it in front of Chef A, and do it the way that Chef B wants you to do it in front of Chef B. Everyone has their own different methods, and as you work with them, you determine the one that you like, or you might even develop your own new method. Don't try and be like, oh, but he said I should do it this way. Why are you telling me not to do it this way now? It does not help. So yeah, that was another thing that I learned essentially, being the new person, being willing to be the dumb person, be the person who doesn't know anything, be willing and open to learn, to people looking down on you because they think that you don't know anything. I just had to get used to it. So many times I had to like hype myself up and be like, God, you really had to help me. I had to pray about it. I remember when I was like really, really miserable at the start, like I was just like, because I was new, because I didn't really know what I was doing, it just became more challenging to have a successful day, to not do anything stupid in that day. And trust me, but I learned how to be the new person. I learned how to accept the fact that I don't know everything, to accept the fact that, you know, I have so much more to learn, and everyone does, and I'm happy to learn, I'm willing to learn, and I know that I'll get the hang of it over time. Now, the fourth thing that I learned, what's the fourth thing I learned? I had something in my head just now. The fourth thing that I learned is how to trust God when you're alone. Not when you're alone. I just learned the significance of certain holidays. Like when you're at home and when you're, with your family, it's so easy to say that Jesus is the reason for the season. It's not about what's that song? It's not about the meals and fun. Jesus is the reason for the season. It's not about the presents. It's not about anything. It's about Jesus. Yeah, it's easy to say that when you're with your family. When you're not, it's a lot more difficult. It's a lot more difficult. I had to really grasp the fact that, Christmas, New Year is not about celebrations. Because there was really none of that. I was, for the most part, behind the scenes, creating celebration for other people who were coming to celebrate. I mean, I spent my Christmas Day working, my New Year's Eve working. It was very strange for me, but it was life. And I had to really come to terms with the fact that, these holidays are about, actually grasping the real meaning behind holidays. It still feels really weird. I haven't completely been able to, get a total hang on it, like a total grasp of it. But I have had to change my mindset. What is Christmas? What is New Year? What is the process of change? What is God bringing me into? And I've really, really learned how to trust God. I've really, really learned that God always aligns our steps in the way that we should go. I've met many amazing people here. I've made many lovely relationships here, and I cannot even describe how it was just God, how He connected me with His people, even like my roommates, everything, with Nigerians, with friends who are non-Nigerians, like every kitchen I've gone to, I've made at least one person who I know is my friend, who has my back, who's trying to support me, who's checking if I'm okay, and it's just by the grace of God. I've really just learned that, the Bible is true when it says that we make our plans, but the Lord directs our steps, and I've really learned to yield to God in this process, in this time, and it's been an interesting journey. It's been really funny. There have been many funny things, and I've also learned how to work in a professional environment. I've learned how to not be too temperamental. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and I was saying that I've learned to keep my mouth shut. I've learned that I don't have to repeat everything. Something might be deeply affecting me, something might be shocking me, like the things at work that sometimes, it shocks me, but I need to remember my place and my position. Yes, I don't believe that what I say is worthless, but then I have to know that as an intern where I'm working, I cannot just be saying anything, and I'm not going to be someone who is walking around gossiping. Even apart from work, I'm trying to not gossip so much anymore. But especially at work, it's not in my place. It's not in my place to talk about other people's business. It's not in my place to repeat things that happen to other people. And you see people who do those things, and you just have to make sure you're not that person. I really had to make sure that I was not that person who was repeating news. Even when I knew something, other people were asking. They were not asking me. If they asked me, then I could say what I know, but they were not asking me. So why would I go and put my mouth there so I want people to know that I know? I cannot. So I really learned how to manage my mouth, how to not be talking too much. I learned a bit of Yoruba. So people will be laughing at me now, but it's true. My Yoruba, I can't even say Yoruba. My Yoruba has improved. Let me just stop there before I even just spoil my market completely. Yeah, those are some things I learned from being here at Rosewood. It was a really lovely journey. Like culinary wise, I learned so much. So much strengths and weaknesses. And obviously I have time now to work on my weaknesses. Yeah, it was a really lovely journey. It was nice living in Abu Dhabi. For Abu Dhabi in general, it's actually a really nice city. There's actually quite a lot to do. It's a bit expensive, but it's also very easy to get around. It's actually really pleasant, and there are many benefits. There are many Nigerians. There are Nigerian churches here also. So yeah, can be a bit difficult settling in here at first, but it's still a lovely place to be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it's yeah, it meets expectations. If you have any more questions about this journey, then just ask them below. Maybe I'll do like a Q&A video or something like that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye. Make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, and all that good stuff. Bye guys.